Scalpel.
Yes, doctor.
Just push and spin. These are absolute trash. I hate these things. These were invented by a Frenchman named Jacques Journel in 1830. He's also famous for creating something else made out of porcelain that men use in bathrooms. We come by it honestly. You go to the tractor company supply place that allegedly sells things for tractors. You hear the peeping of baby chicks and you think, ah, I would love to have some chicks. You buy 3 or 6 or 40, I don't know, chicken math. And you think I'm gonna have fresh eggs and cute birds running around in my backyard. But you quickly realize that your little $30 or $40 bird purchase is not just $30 or $40. You need a coop, you need a run, you need a feeder, you need a heat lamp, you need a brooding space, you need bedding, you need feed, and you need waterers. And what do we see lining the shelves but these pieces of trash? They're disgusting, they're hard to fill. Chickens, you quickly discover, scratch. And when they scratch, they throw stuff all over the place. And guess where their stuff ends up? In this little tray right down here, which is so convenient. And then you know what they'll do? They'll come running over and they'll jump on it. They'll turn around and the product of their metabolism will be released into the water in the form of excrement. Now it's true. Chickens drink out of mud puddles and everything else in the wild, and that's fine. But we don't really want them drinking poop water. It's disgusting. So that is the beginner waterer. Then there's 2 others. We'll call them intermediate and then expert level. And you quickly discover in your chicken journey, as we did, that you really want the expert level one. But as for the intermediate one, that's these. These are cup waterers, and these are quite ingenious as a matter of fact. There's a little spring in here. You screw them into a 5-gallon bucket or a Tidy Cat's kitty litter box. Rubber washer, you screw it in, and there's a little spring in here that when this fills with water, it allegedly pushes up a little piston in here. And this is all plastic, so we're gonna take it apart and show you. See that little pin? Oh, it's so cute. There's this little rubber gasket down here, and there's a little stud in there. And when that water gets full, it pushes on that little rubber grommet into that little stud, and in theory, it shuts the water off. Now what we've discovered is that all you've done when you get those is trade one large urinal that you need to clean out for 5 urinals that you need to clean out all around your little bucket, or 4 or 8, however many you install. And these little washers in here get stuck. And then the spring goes bad, and then dirt gets in it, and they just end up dripping, or they don't release anymore to fill with water. And then you have to run around with a little rag and scoop the end product of chickens' metabolisms out of these. Except now you have it attached to a 5-gallon bucket. And that's awful. So now we're going to show you the absolute best chicken waterer, period, that I have found. And I have used these things now for, I don't know, 5 years or so. And we've used them all over. And you can fit them into a variety of liquid holding containers. This, my friend, is a nipple waterer designed for watering chickens. There's a little piston right there, boop, 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 and there's a little spring all the way back in there. And when they push on it, it pushes this little stud back, this little O-ring releases, and the water that's in the container dribbles out ever so nicely onto this little lip. And chickens drink from it. These things are fantastic. We've used them with all ages of chickens. We've used them in a variety of different things, 5-gallon buckets, even, dun dun dun, a 55-gallon drum. That's right, you can use these tiny little things on a 55-gallon drum. I want to do it on our aforementioned empty kitty litter container. And to show you how easy these are, we have an assistant who has never made one of these before. It's my very favorite middle flannel. Now these are substantially cheaper than the urinal ones. They're about the same price as the cup waterers, except you get like 30 of them instead of 10. And they usually come with their own drill bit, so all you need is a drill of some sort, which we just so happen to have. We actually have some baby chicks over there that we've been using that urinel one in because we have not made another one. So we are going to use this today. You don't want to put your nipple waterer all the way at the bottom because any little sediment or things that might get in your bucket can get in and clog this up. You can clean it, just clean that little O-ring, but really about 1 inch high is perfect because that lets that sediment fall down. Any higher than that and you're wasting a lot of the water. So here is your incredibly dangerous implement. Please put a hole in there.
Does it matter where?
About 1 inch off the bottom. So right about there. Hold it straight, pull the trigger, push. Here is your implement, scalpel.
Yes, doctor.
Just push and spin. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Push harder.
I am.
There you go. Feel the little threads grab. Keep spinning. You want to get that lip on the bottom.
Okay.
That looks good. Now we're going to fill it with water and see if it leaks. If you would be so kind, pretend that you are a chicken
No.
and poke that little silver stud with your finger. Look at that, water comes pouring out. Now they make a square bit thing for your drill that you can put on here and twist them in if you're so inclined. I didn't spend the extra money for it. Once you drill the hole and you start twisting that in there, it creates its own threads. If these leak for some reason, you can put a little Teflon tape on them. And if you decide that you want this to be permanently permanent, foreverly permanent, you could put a little JB weld on there, make a little gasket. Last one, Lady Luck.
Wait, what?
Just to show you that it can be done on a 55-gallon drum. I'm gonna put one up near the top. It's exactly the same. I wouldn't do these on a metal drum. Because the metal will shred the plastic threads. If you are going to use some sort of big plastic container, I do recommend using a black one. The black one acts like a heat sink, so in the winter time, stuff typically freezes from the top down when it's in a container. And if you have your nipple waterers down near the bottom, they won't freeze. Or if they do, it's got to be really, really cold. We have 3 barrels out there, some for pigs, some for chickens. And we've gotten down into the 0 digits here with wind chills feeling like negative, and our 55-gallon barrels did not freeze all the way through. It worked really well. The babyest. And we'll just fill it full of water. It's right behind you. You can do it right through the wire. Now, one of the few complaints I've had about these from other people is that chickens don't know how to use them. Well, chickens peck on practically everything. So I have not had that issue. However, if you needed to, just like you do with a waterer, you could grab your baby chicks and peck their beak into that little stud, and when the water comes out, they'll figure it out. You can also take your finger and push it a little bit, and that will leave a little puddle down there, and when they come to drink from it, there. We've already got one that's figured it out. He's on the back side, of course, so you can't see. Easy. 5 minutes, drill bit, and a container. Today's video is sponsored by Studio Phoenix indoor-outdoor speakers. These are pretty cool. They're 200 watt, they're AC plug-in, meaning you do have to plug them in, Bluetooth capable with aux input. Now the reason I like these is because they are indoor-outdoor and they hook up to my phone. So when I come out to my barn and I want to listen to some music while I'm working, I don't have to worry about having my Bluetooth speaker charged and out here that is not weatherproof. I can have my speakers that are here and plugged in, and I just walk into the barn, connects to my phone, and off we go. We had thought about using these in our studio, but to be honest, it's not quite up to snuff in terms of monitoring type speakers. So if you're using them for editing, specific music editing, those types of things, I wouldn't use these. These are really good for outside your patio, RV, boat, barn, things like that, where you want a set of speakers you can just plug in and leave out there. They get plenty loud. The bass isn't the best. It is one of the drawbacks. However, these speakers are less than $50 for indoor, outdoor, 200 watt speakers. And for the price point, I haven't heard anything better. If you want some super high quality, expensive mambo jumbo things, these are not your speaker. But if you want something that's not gonna break the bank, that you can set up outside and kind of just leave and forget, and then when you want sound, you have plenty of sound, these are your jam.
Bluetooth mode connected.
Couple other interesting points. There's no power button on them. They are either on or they are off via the plug-in. There's no controls on them. Everything is controlled by whatever Bluetooth device you decide to use. Like I said, plenty loud. Now I can't play anymore for you because of copyright issues. Maybe a little more. Yeah, how about that? If you are interested in these speakers, there'll be a link below with the promo code Flannel Farms for 10% off an already inexpensive speaker. These are a set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about a super expensive investment, and they will play music and you'll be able to jam out while you're working or relaxing, barbecuing, whatever. Thanks for joining us here today. My name is Brian. You've been watching Flannel Farms. We'll see you next time.